Dear students, today we learn about nervous system, reproductive system and Trochophore larva of Pheretima. Nervous system of earthworm comprises the anterior nerve ring or brain and the posterior ventral nerve cord. Here the nerve ring comprises of cerebral ganglia or subpharyngeal ganglia, circumpharyngeal connectives and subpharyngeal ganglia. A pair of closely united white pear-shaped cerebral or suprapharyngeal ganglia forming the so-called brain. The brain lies dorsally in third segment in the groove between the buccal cavity and pharynx. From the brain, a pair of thick stout circum or peripharyngeal connectives arise, one on each side, embracing the pharynx and meeting ventrally in fourth segment by a pair of fused subpharyngeal ganglia. In this way, a nerve collar is formed around the pharynx called a nerve ring or brain ring. Ventral nerve cord originates from the subpharyngeal ganglia and runs backwards in the mid-ventral line to the posterior end of the body. It is double and made of two longitudinal cords fused together in a transverse section. In each segment from fifth to last, it presents a slight enlargement or ganglion. Ganglia fused together as swellings representing the segmental ganglia. Histologically, the nerve cord consists of nerve fibers and nerve cells. Externally, nerve cords of Pheretima are solid and enclosed in a sheath called the perineurium. Perineurium consists of three layers: the outer peritoneum, middle thin layer of longitudinal muscle fibers, and inner thick fibers layer of an epineurium. Both nerve cords are separated internally by a vertical epineurium. In the region of segmental ganglia, two cores of nerve fibers are completely fused along the middle line. Nerve cells occur more in ganglia. Nerve cells and nerve fibers lie embedded in a mass of connective tissues called neuroglia. Dorsally, four giant nerve fibers runs through the mass of connective tissues along the entire nerve cord. These nerve fibers surrounded by epineurium all are tubular and filled with homogeneous plasma-like matter which helps in their contraction. These fibers are responsible for the rapid conduction of impulses throughout the nerve cord. Next, coming to the reproductive system of earthworm. In case of Pheretima, both the male and female reproductive organs are present in the same worm. Hence, the earthworms are known as hermaphrodites. Since the sperms develop earlier than production of ova, self-fertilization is avoided. It is known as protandry. Here, The male sex organs are formed of two pairs of testes and a pair of vasa differentia. Testes are found in segments 10 and 11. They are tuft of finger-shaped processes. Attached to the anterior septa of segments 10 and 11. There are two pairs of seminal vesicles formed as outgrowths of the testicular segments. Further, two pairs of seminal funnels called ciliary rosettes are situated in the same segment as the testis. The ciliated funnels of the same side are connected to a long tube called vasa deferens. The two vasa differentia of both sides run backwards along the ventral body wall up to the 18th segment, where they open to the exterior through the male genital aperture. Male genital apertures contain pineal setae for copulation. A pair of prostate glands, each in the form of a much coiled tube, are situated in segments 18 and 19. The prostate glands open to the exterior along with the vasa deferens. The secretion of the prostate glands helps to arrange the sperms into bundles called spermatophores. In Pheretima, female reproductive organs consist of a pair of ovaries, and these ovaries are found lying in segment 13. They are attached to the anterior septum of the 13th segment. Each ovary is a flat structure with a number of finger-like processes. The ova are arranged in a linear order in the ovaries. There are a pair of oviducts. They open internally into the 13th segment and externally on the ventral surface of the 14th segment. Three pairs of spermathecae are present in segment 7, 8 and 9. These external openings are situated in the intersegmental grooves of segments 6 and 7, 7 and 8, and 8 and 9. The spermatozoa received from another individual during copulation are stored in spermathecae. Then coming to the Trochophore larva. Trochophore is a minute, ciliated, unsegmented and almost pear-shaped pelagic creature with oral and aboral surfaces. The early pre-segmental trochophore is characterized by a locomotor ciliary band just anterior to the region of the mouth. This ciliary band, the prototroch, arises from the special cells called trochoblasts. Most trochophores also bear an apical ciliary tuft associated with an apical sense organ. In addition, there is often a perianal ciliary band called the telotroch. Many trochophores bear larval sense organ such as ocelli and statocyst, as well as a pair of larval protonephridia. The cilia of ciliary girdles, rings or bands when beating give the appearance of a rotating wheel, hence the name Trochophore. So, thank you.